Hello, fellow Sudokans, and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle for Monday, the 17th of January 2022. Monday is our beginner day for the Guardian Sudoku, so if you've never played Sudoku before, hang on just a second. I'll be with you and we shall play this game. I shall teach you how to play it right from the ground up. It's not a very complicated game. It's just a game of logic and nothing to do with mathematics. So if you're not strong on maths, don't worry, you don't need it. All you need is the ability to count between 1 and 9. If you do that in any language, then you can play this game. Before we move on, I'll just say I hope you're looking forward to your working week if Monday is the beginning of your working week. And some people who will definitely be looking forward to it are the top 10 richest men who have seen their incomes double since the pandemic began. Double, yes, double to $1.5 trillion. $1.5 trillion between 10 human beings. This is so disgusting. I can't think of another word. Disgusting is the right word. Of course, they don't actually do anything to double their money. Just the fact that they have so much vast amounts in reserve itself makes money. You know, the people who have been making such a fuss about how philanthropic they are and giving their money away, people like Bill Gates. Well, his income went up by 31%. Warren Buffett, he's another one who likes to say he's giving all his money away. His income increased by 40%, and this is at a time when globally, according to Oxfam, 99% of the world took less money. And as a personal thing, I feel this very badly. The last couple of years, I've seen my income fall to around 20% of what I normally earn. Somewhere between 15 and 20% in 2 years. That's how much I've been raking in. Not very much, to be honest with you. In fact, I even got a tax refund instead of having to pay lots of extra tax at the end of the year. So I've been feeling it personally, and I find it an affront when these people do nothing. It's not like their hard work, their skill, or their business acumen causes this. No, it's not. It's just the fact that they have so much already. This is an inbuilt point of capitalism and why I'm against the excesses of capitalism like this. Okay, Monday rant over. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, Oxfam is calling for a 99% tax, a one-off 99% tax on the money that they got, the extra money that they got over the 2020 since 2020, and that would be a great idea. I'm all in favor of that. Anyway, it's never going to happen, we know it. But let's get back to the game of Sudoku. If I haven't scared you off, by the way, this channel is about me just talking about anything that I'm in the mood to talk about, news items, life in general, whatever. So welcome to the channel. And then of course there's Sudoku, which is why you clicked on the link in the first place, I guess. So okay, I've spent enough time ranting. Let's come back and talk about how we play Sudoku. Right, first up you'll see there's a grid, a 9x9 squares, 9 in each row across, 9 squares in each column down, and then we can see that the grid is further divided into these 9 boxes that we refer to as blocks. We call them blocks, okay? And these are further divided into 9 squares, and the squares we sometimes call cells. This is not particularly important, but this is just some of the terminology that you might hear when you start to play Sudoku. So we've got squares or cells, 81 of them, but it doesn't matter. As I said, it's not about maths. It's just about being able to count from 1 to 9. And the reason is we put numbers 1 to 9 in each of these rows, in each of these columns, and in each of these blocks. Okay, numbers 1 to 9 should fit into them. And that's it. That's all you need to understand. Now, of course, you're asking, well, how do I go about finding? Do I just guess and see how it works out? No, if you guess, that will be a disaster most likely, unless you turn out to be very, very lucky. But of course you couldn't guess all of them and get it right. That just wouldn't work. So what we need to do is narrow down our search until we have just one possibility, one possible cell. When we have one square that is only available for one number, we know that the number goes in there. Let me show you what I mean. This 1, which appears in this row, cannot reappear anywhere in this row, okay? So there's no digit 1 anywhere along here, and in particular I want you to notice there's no digit 1 in either of these two squares because it's in this row, okay? There is a digit 1 here, and what does it mean? The same thing, no digit 1 can appear anywhere else in this row, so in particular cannot appear here or here. So a kind of blocking effect along the rows. This 1 blocks across these two squares, and this 1 blocks across this row here, blocking these two squares. So if the digit 1 cannot go here, cannot go here, here or here, where must it go? Yes, you're right. It must go in that square there. And this is how we play the game. We work out where the number cannot go, and then there's only one place where it can go. 7 cannot reappear in this row across, and this 7 means 7 cannot reappear again in this row. So a kind of blocking across and across leaves just this one square here where we can place a 7. Okay, now we already have 7 in this block here, so we don't need to be looking for 7s again, that kind of thing. We just need to look for the numbers that we don't have in a particular block, in a row, a column, sorry, or in a row. Excuse me, coughing. Right, so now we have to kind of look around the grid. Those were numbers that looked that I saw fairly easy. I've seen another one fairly easily. This time we have intersecting rows and columns. This 2 stops this square from being a 2, and this 2 stops these two squares from being a 2. Do you agree? So blocked and blocked, right? So now we only have to look at this top row here in this box. Now the 2 blocks down here, this 2 blocks down this column, and this 2 blocks down this column. So blocked, 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 and blocked. We can see there's only one square left, and we know that we can put a 2 in there. Now you may be wondering, well, could it be something else? And the answer is no, it cannot be anything else, because this game must have a unique solution. That means there is only one correct answer, rather like a jigsaw puzzle. You know, we put the pieces together. There's only one correct solution, not more than one, so that's it. Okay, now I have seen something else, but I don't want to show you anything too advanced if this is your first day. Don't want to scare you off, you know, by showing you something a bit more technical, but let's see. Okay, so now we've got this 2 blocking across this row here, so 2 cannot appear in this square or this square, and then we've got a 2 blocking up this column, so 2 is blocked from this column here. So we know that the 2 must appear in that square in that location. Now let's continue with these 2 that I just wrote in, because very often you'll find that the number that you just placed is very useful. So this 2 blocks up this column now, this 2 blocks up this column, so blocked and blocked. Then we have a 2 blocking across here and a 2 blocking across here, so blocked, 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 and blocked. I think you can see now there's just one location where the 2 can fit. We have a 1 blocking up this column, 1 blocking up this column, blocked for 1s, blocked for 1s, and another 1 blocking across here. So we can fit a 1 in there. Okay, now you really have got the idea, haven't you? It's easy to understand now, isn't it? I hope so. This 9, let's see this. See if you can see. Look, check out these 2 9s here and see what you can see about this block up here. Have you got it now? Do you see, like, follow with the lines? So this 9 is going to block all the way up there, and this 9 is going to block all the way across there, right? So blocked and blocked. So again, just the 1 cell available. It's got to go there, the 9. Now there are many advanced techniques to play this game, but really you need to just make sure you understand the basics first of all. Once you understand the basics, then you can learn a few more of the more advanced ideas. And as I say, there are a lot of them, and some of them are quite interesting and technical, but probably just try and do the basic stuff first of all, unless we need something a bit more complicated in that case. I'll tell you, but hopefully we shouldn't need it for this game because this is normally a very easy game on a Monday. 3 blocks up here, 3 blocks down here, and 3 blocks across there. Got it? Blocked. Threes, threes. So 3 goes in there. Now, that 3 that I just put in, see if that affects anything else. And I would say turn left to give you a clue. Have you got it yet? Do you see anything about this 3 that I just wrote in? Okay, I think you have now. If you notice, it will block across here, and then how many other squares are available? Just the 1. So we know that the 3 will fit there. What else can we do? Okay, so this is an interesting thing to think about. Now we have, remember, 1 to 9 must fit in the row. Now we are some digits missing. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't have a 5 yet, right? We don't have a 5 for this row. Now here you will notice a 5. But what does it mean? It means 5 blocks every other empty square within this box here, this block here. Okay, so it means 5 cannot appear in this square or this square, nor here, right? But in particular, we're worried about these 2 because they are in this row. So if 5 can't appear here in these 2 squares, then 5 has got to be there because we need it for this row. Okay. We are 2 numbers missing for this block. We just need 2 more numbers to complete this block. We've got 1, 2, 3. Is there a 4 anywhere? No. 5, 6, 7, 8. Is there a 9 anywhere? No. So we know that the 2 missing numbers for these 2 empty squares must be 4 and 9. Now have a look around, and if you use your logic, you'll be looking at the columns, up and down columns, for any intersecting 4s or 9s. And by now you should have seen that there is a 9 blocking this square, and so 9 will fit in there and 4 will fit in the last empty square. It has to be a 4 because it's the last one. We just worked out 9 and 4 were missing. Okay, quite easy now. Good. Now let's look at this row here. Now how many empty squares are there in this row? Just 1. Does it mean we can surely get the answer? Yes, it does, of course, because we can just count through the numbers that we have and find the one that's missing. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do we find an 8 anywhere in this row? Answer, no we don't. So we know that the 8 must go there. Now, what's left in this block? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Any 6? No. 7, 8. Any 9? No. So it means that the 2 empty squares must contain digits 6 and 9. Now, I'll leave you for 1 second. I'll close my eyes, and when I open my eyes, you will have told me the answer. Yes, you're right, of course. The 9 blocks this square here. So the 9 goes there, and the 6 goes there. If you're wondering what that sound is, I'm not in a soundproof room and traffic goes by. And here in Bangkok, we have lots of loud traffic. It's a very noisy place. Although where I live is pretty quiet, actually, to be honest. Right, let's see what else we have. Like I said, I do see some things, but I don't want to show you any kind of advanced technique on day 1. You know, if you're playing this game because you're a beginner, and that's, you should be really a beginner to play at this level, then the advanced techniques, although interesting, might throw you off slightly, and I think that's a dangerous thing. So I'm trying to avoid anything that's too difficult or technical. But come back, and once you've learnt the basics, come back and check out some of the harder level games, medium and hard level games, and you'll find I'll explain the more difficult and technical things in other videos. For all of the videos on this channel, I never play the game ahead of time, so I have no idea what the actual solution is. Okay, I'm going to show you one slightly advanced idea. In fact, I'm going to show it to you twice, the same idea, and in fact it involves the same number. It involves number 7, digit 7. Okay, now this is what I want you to notice. You've got to kind of remember a little something. There's 7 blocks down here and 7 blocks across here, right? We've got 2 intersecting 7s on this block. Anything about here or here we don't know, but 7 blocks down here and 7 blocks this square here. So it means that we know that 7 must be in this square or this square in this block, because it can't appear in these 2 squares or this square. So now we are armed with the knowledge that 7 appears either in this square or this square. So let's imagine the 7 is here. It will block across this row, right? So these 3 squares can't be 7. If the 7 is here, the same thing. It still blocks across this row, and none of these squares can be 7. So it doesn't matter whether the 7 actually appears here or here. We don't know yet. But whether it appears here or here, it will still block across this row. So 7 cannot be in these 3 squares here. Now we have a 7 down here blocking along this row. So if 7 blocks across here and across here, there is just the 1 space. So we know that the 7 must go into that square there. Got it? Okay. As I said, I'm still kind of looking for the easiest ways forward. I don't want to do anything technical. What's shame really, because I could show you some nice, more advanced ideas, but anyway, I don't want to. This is quite good actually for a Monday game. It's actually not that easy compared to how it usually is. Usually it's very easy. I always call it beginner level. Actually, they claim it's an easy game. I call it beginner level, but and I use the day to describe the basic idea of Sudoku, but actually today's game is really quite tough. Surprising. I'm not worried that I can't finish it, but I am worried that I can't finish it without showing you more more difficult things that I would like to avoid. Really? Guardian, what have you done today? You've given, as I said, I don't play these games ahead of time. I have no idea what the actual outcome is until I've played it. All right, I'm going to ask you then to think. Okay, I can only see the way ahead is getting you to think a bit. So, all right, now again, you're going to have to imagine what I mentioned before. So the 6 blocks up this column, this 6 means that 6 cannot appear in any of these 3 squares up here, right? So the 6 is now limited to this square or this square. It's got to appear here or here. Now, if the 6 is here, it blocks across this row here, and if the 6 is here, it still blocks across this row here. So we know that 6 is blocked across this row, even though we don't actually know where the 6 is finally placed yet, but it can't appear in this square or this square. Now we have a 6 down here, which blocks up there. So if it's blocked here, And now blocked up there, we know that the 6 must indeed appear in that square there. Right now, this column does not have a 9 yet. We don't have a digit 9 in this column. This 9 blocks this square here, and this 9 blocks this square here. So this is the only place where a 9 can survive. Now we'll take that 9 and say 9 blocks across here, 9 blocks across here. So this is the only empty square available now. 9 is here. Now this 9 blocks across here, and this 9 blocks up here. So now we can say 9 is there. Now we only have one more number to finish this row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't yet have a 6. So let's put in the 6 there now. Focus on this 6 that I just put in, and this 6 down here. And cast your eyes upwards to the heavens. No, not upwards to the heavens, just up the picture. And you'll see 6 blocking up here and up here. And 6 will arrive there as the only possible place it can go. Again, I just don't want to show you the technical things, ways forward. I wanted to. Okay, the 8 blocks down here, this 8 blocks down this column, and 8 blocks this square. So 8 must fit into that square there. This 3 blocks down this column, and 3 cannot appear in these 2 squares. So 3 has to be there now. The 8 that we filled in here will affect this block here. Can you see how? Right, the 8 means that this square here can't be an 8, and we don't yet have an 8 in the block, so we know that the 8 goes here. And now we just need one more number to finish. It is in fact a 4, but we'll check it. 1, 2, 3. There's no 4 anywhere, so we'll put it in. And if you're not sure, you can count and check. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're all there now. Okay. Now this column here is lacking 2 numbers. We have 2 empty squares. We've got 1, 2. There's no 3 anywhere. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's no 9. So we know that in these 2 squares, we must put digits 3 and digit 9. Now, in fact, we have an intersecting 9 and we have an intersecting 3. We only need one of those, actually. If we have the 3, we know that the 3 can't go here. The 3 will be here and the 9 goes here. But we also have a 9. We know the 9 can't go here. The 9 goes here, and therefore the 3 goes there. So it doesn't matter whether you saw the 3 or whether you saw the 9. You actually only needed one of those to place both of the numbers. This column here does not yet have our digit 1. We only have 2 empty squares, so we have to look and see if we find any intersecting 1s, and I think by now you should have seen that yes, there is a 1 up here blocking that from becoming a 1, and so our 1 will be here. And now we can just find the missing digit for here. 1, 2, 3. There's no 4 anywhere, so we'll place a 4 there, like so. This is a really nice game for an easy level game, meaning it's tougher than normal. I'm not sure if you've played it yet. If you haven't played it yet, when you finish watching the video and understanding the rules, there is a link where you can go off to the Guardian and see the game yourself. And you definitely need to try it yourself. Okay, don't just watch the video. It's practical is important. This 1 blocks this square here. So that will be a 1. There's 1 digit missing for this block. 1, 2, 3. We don't have a 4 yet. So we'll put it in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you want to check the rest of the numbers are accurate. this one blocks this square and this one blocks this square. So in this block here, which needs a 1, 1 can't go here and 1 can't go here. So 1 must appear in that square there. Missing numbers are 5 and 7 for these two squares. Now have a look around and see if you see any 5s or 7s that would affect those two squares. Now you need to check both the rows and the columns, not just the row or the column, but both rows and columns. And by now I think hopefully you will have seen that this 5 affects that square. It blocks that square from becoming a 5, and so the 5 goes here and the 7 goes here. Now this 7 stops that square from becoming a 7. The 7 blocks that square, so 7 is here. Now we only have one number missing across the top row. 1, 2, 3, still no 4. We do now. And now 4 blocks this square here. We don't have a 4 in this block here, so we'll put it in. And the last number we need to complete this block is a 5. I'll tell you ahead of time. 5 blocks across this row, and that means 5 must fit there. We'll take that 5 that we filled in and say it blocks down here. This 5 blocks down here, and this 5 blocks across here. So the 5 must fit into that square there. We don't have much more to go now. You see that most of the grid is filled in. We should look around for this kind of thing. Look, just a 1 single digit missing in this column. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Any 7 anywhere? No, we've got 8 and 9, so it must be 7. So the 7 fits there. 1, 2, 3, no 4, 5, no 6. So we know the missing numbers are 4 and 6, but actually we still can't tell which is which. So it means even though we've done lots and lots of numbers, we're still going to find little areas that we can't complete just yet. We still don't know if this is 4 or 6, and we don't know if this is 4 or 6. So we have to leave it and come back. Don't worry, we will find it out in just a very short time. I'm confident. Missing numbers up here are 3, 6 and 8. 3, 6 and 8. Now again, we still don't know. We've got 1 blocking 8, 1 blocking 3 and 1 blocking 6, so we still don't know which is which up here, so we have to forget it, and now we have to focus on this. This is our only hope now where we can find the missing numbers. So we've got 1, 2. We don't have a 3. Let's see about 3. Where can a 3 fit into this block? Now I hope you've seen it already, but if not, I'll give you a second to look at it. Alright, I think that's long enough. The 3 now blocks across this row and the 3 blocks down there, so the 3 will fit into that square there. Now we have 1 digit missing for this column. I believe it's an 8. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's no 8, there is a 9, so we know that the 8 goes there. Now we've got 1 number up here. We can in fact finish this block because we can see the 3 blocking that square there, and now that means because we filled in this square, there's only 1 available location for the 3. It's got to be there. And the last number we need for this block is a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's it. Now there's 1 number missing from this column. If you believe me, I'll tell you it's a 6. And that 6 will stop this square from being a 6. So a 6 goes here, and we can finish this now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And so we're only 2 numbers left now, and we're guaranteed that we can finish them. We've got 1, 2, 3. We don't have a 4. We have a 4 blocking this square, so the 4 goes here. 5, 6, 7. There's no 8, so that must be our last number, and 9. We can count up to if we want to check it. That's our Guardian game. A nice game from the Guardian today. Actually, more difficult than usual for a Monday. Now, if you're a beginner and if you like to play the easy levels, there is a whole list of the games on this channel for Monday's Guardian, which are very easy and a good way to get yourself into the game of Sudoku. But don't forget to, as you understand the game, to move up the levels as well. That's it. Thank you very much. Bye bye.